There we go, bud.
Hang on, I'll unmute mine as well. That would help. Hello. I think that's us live
Hey.
now. I believe. Hello, everyone.
All good. Hello, guys.
I think we're living. We're out there. Someone's creeping in the door. Oh, it's Leon. Hello.
Oh.
Hello. How's it going? All right.
Captain
Leon's all right. That's good. Hang on. If you hang on with us a second, we might be able to transition into being able to see us. Hopefully. So I think Daniel, you're going to keep an eye on the chat today, yeah?
Yes, I will do that, mate. No problem at all.
And hopefully that window will stay here for the foreseeable future. It might not. Cool. So yeah, hi guys. This is the first of a series that we're going to start where we're doing a weekly catch-up. That'll be helpful if I could keep the camera on. It's not a weekly catch-up. It's tri-weekly, right? Three times.
That's
a
the
week.
one. Yeah. 3 times a week.
Okay.
So lots of time to
catch up and
keep in touch with us. Yeah.
No, cool. So yeah, hope we're all doing well and staying safe and all that.
I was just watching. Like I just clicked on the stream there.
Yeah.
And I was like watching myself, and I was thinking like. I was like started watching the stream and I was thinking, I'm actually like live here.
Like an episode like Black Mirror or something where you were like,
yeah.
What if like you started doing something that you weren't doing? Like
oh my god, don't even say that,
like,
dude. That's terrifying. It's like a very classic horror movie trope, isn't it? Like someone looks in the mirror and then they do stuff.
For sure. It's not really what you want, really. Typically.
Not at all, really, is it? Pretty scary stuff, to be fair.
Scary, so I suppose we'll start with. I've got my very professional notes as well today, mine. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. I'm not just being a weirdo. We're going to do a quick update on where we're at, media savvy wise. So obviously the lockdown's not been ideal for teaching, shall we say? But
tough, man.
What I would say is, I'm just checking my mic because it's just gone a bit weird.
Is Leon drilling in the background?
Yeah, a little bit. So that's going to be one of the updates, but you'll have to hang fire on that one. I was just about so we've struggled a little bit with the teaching side of things, but I think we've managed to pivot with it quite well, and we've been offering a bunch of digital sessions as well. So this one isn't going to be a teaching stream or anything.
So I think in total, like six virtual classes or something this week.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 6. I mean, it's probably up there with what we would have delivered anyway. Given the circumstances, it's pretty good. What was
definitely?
We did one on Monday, right? I can't remember.
We did the Explore. Yeah, so we did Explore and Photo P on Monday. And that is on every Monday, 10 till 12. And yeah, it's basically obviously. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have attended that session, but. Other people are all going to join in next week, and it's just a free version of Photoshop, which is browser based as well. So it's just a website, so it's really easy to use, and yeah, that's it. So
gonna do a giant drink from my giant bottle.
Go for it, man.
You've got to stay hydrated.
But yeah, next week we're going to be doing
look who
photo restoration.
Hey,
look at this.
Look in the back of my camera right now. There's a damn of it or whatever. It's live.
Alison, your mic's loud.
Yeah. Oh, your mic.
Okay, sorry.
Little bit
right, nice.
See, I got wrong. Now, I got wrong on Monday. Now you're getting wrong.
Yeah, I think it's the Zoom calls.
Yeah, the audio's a bit hitty missy, shall we say?
It's a bit further away from me now, so hopefully that'll be a bit better.
Cool. So yeah, anyway, we'll try and keep an eye on the chat and stuff. We've just got some basic stuff to run through, but that's where we're standing at the moment. We're trying to do everything online. We're really passionate about getting something out there to you guys, even if it's not, we're doing them as live streams, but you don't necessarily have to attend them as a live stream if you can't for whatever reason. We're making them available as a video, so hopefully remove some of the restrictions on it as well.
That's a good point.
What one's the one coming up next? There's a virtual wellbeing one tomorrow, isn't there?
There's a virtual wellbeing, and then there's also the WhatsApp one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the first thing. I should know I'm doing that one. Aye, that's a common theme as well. Me just forgetting, the basic things.
There's a lot going on, man.
So we've got a WhatsApp one tomorrow, which is all about setting up groups and then sort of how to protect yourself on WhatsApp and stuff, as well as downloading the app and that sort of thing.
That one, yeah.
Something up with the levels. Hang on a second.
Am I still coming through loud?
If it's loud, I'll try and drop it down a little bit.
Is it loud for anyone else in the chat as well? Let me know. I could probably do something about that on my end because I'm hosting the call, right?
Turned the audio down a bit, so bear with us. Let's see. Daniel, just explain what the what give us any more updates. So we're gonna do
so we've got that. We've got the WhatsApp one, and then next week as well. I'll tell you what, I'll have a quick look here. Yeah, so we've got the WhatsApp one, which is using groups, introduction to WhatsApp, and then after that we've got the virtual wellbeing one, which is explaining how to stay healthy in these trying times. So I think that one's going to be really fun. And then after that, on the 3rd of April, so that's like literally, that one is not tomorrow but the day after, and that is going to be Zoom for beginners. So me and Haytham are currently using an app called Stream. That's what you see in our webcams from, and basically it's just video calls, and you can have as many people as you want in it, I think. And
what one's that? Sorry,
Zoom for beginners, right?
Zoom, yeah. So
virtual meeting software.
Yeah.
So the
video that you're seeing right now is a Zoom call.
Zoom.
And we are having a bit of an issue with the audio from it, by the sounds of it. So let us know if it's too loud. I think I've turned it down a little bit now, so Daniel, you should be all right.
Okie dokie. Loud noise is a little bit loud. Okay.
Mine's fine, and that's the first time I think I've ever been told that I'm at the exact right volume.
So
first time.
Mel has just said that the virtual wellbeing one tomorrow, it's going to be focusing on food and food labels. So I think that's a really good one. Obviously, because we're going to be doing a lot of cooking, I guess everybody is, with restaurants and stuff being closed. So I think it's a perfect time to kind of be able to kind of see what you're putting in your body, really.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think I could definitely do with some diet advice. I believe I'm on that one tomorrow as well. So it's cool. I'll start to know what's going on.
Other than that, here from as well.
Yeah.
There is cooking on a budget, which is
cool.
scheduled for the 8th as well. So there's that one too.
Yeah, so we've been testing to see whether we can get like a 2-camera setup on that one, to see if we can show. I believe it's going to be Mel cooking something, a nice dish, and thank God it's not me, because you wouldn't want to eat anything that I've cooked.
Same, bro.
Unless you like, cheese on toast. Or
beans on toast, cheese on toast,
toast, butter on toast,
crisp sandwich,
bread on toast, crisp sandwich,
bread sandwich, toast sandwich.
Yeah, I mean they're all viable options if it's the end of the world.
Exactly. Man.
So yeah, that'll be cool. Tune into that one. When was that? 10:12 on.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So. Yeah, and that one is going to be it's going to be linked at the end of the stream, so we're going to have.
We'll do our best to get all the links out to you guys.
Perfect.
And if not, obviously you can see it scrolling all over the screen, but keep up to date with us on social media and stuff. And we do. I'm going to go and check now, Daniel, to see if we can get our special guest Leon to come and give us a little.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I just want to go and double check.
Got something special planned today, guys.
So we're going to give you a bit of an update on the building.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
So yeah, we've obviously got some developments at the building. If you've attended any of the sessions at Savvy Towers, you'll probably know that we're always kind of working on something or building something. So
that's all right.
I'm going to give you a little tour of that now.
Right, Daniel, you're now in charge of everything in the chat, and you're running it all. So. Good luck.
Okie dokie.
I'm about
all
to
good.
Go full webcam now.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you should see now.
So yes.
Quite handily, a little video feed. So let's go to the wide camera. So this is our office. As you can see, it's very tidy, extremely tidy. We'll leave that for now. And we will then. Leon. There he is. How's it going? We need to see, I just want to check something, so if you want to just hold that next to me, what's going on. Are we still back? Hang on.
Yeah, we're on now, right?
Yeah, we're on. Cool. Yeah.
Right, yo guys,
Yep.
so what we're doing here is I'm back in the office, creating mess and chaos again. Finishing off a few jobs. see as you're coming up the stairs into the office on the first floor here. So it's a nice angled unit. It's going to have inbuilt LED lighting, and it's going to display all of Media's Savvy's accolades and trophies. So that's going to go there. And that's about it really. We've got a couple of more things going on in the main training room. As you can see in this corner here, we've got one side of kitchen units to get installed. That's a project to be complete in the near future. So this will help towards our offers of training and health and nutritional courses where we can offer cooking.
So guys, I'm not sure how well we can hear Uncle Leon here, but he is basically just kind of guiding us through what he's been building.
That's to be installed at a later date. So that's where we're at the minute with the building work on site. I'll pass you back through the Haytham. Oh, here we go.
Right, I'm back. I think the mic was not the greatest, but they got most of what you said. Yeah. Cool. We got most of it. So we appreciate that, Leon. Thanks for the update. So Leon's giving you a little virtual tour of the building there.
Yeah.
I'm going to now, through the wizardry of this, click this mouse here. I'll have to close that off and then close the door. Ready for the squeak. Okay.
So,
Cool. So
yeah.
that maybe wasn't coming through so clear towards the end. I think we got the most of what he picked up, what he was saying, sorry. He's giving you a nice virtual tour of the building there. So he's been hard at work, well, for months now. He's done all our custom furniture in the office as well. So even like the desk I'm sitting at now, he sort of designed, which is great and being in sort of good use. Wouldn't you say, Daniel?
Yeah, yeah, everything he's done. He's made like our whole, like the whole pillars that you're sitting in, like he's made all of it, right? Like all of the wood.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so where we're sitting at, and he's got the ongoing project. So he's showing you the cabinet, and obviously we're getting the glass sort of custom made. He's custom made Dan's shelves and his desk and stuff. So it's been a long process, I think. But I think we've got a little bit of footage of that as well. That we'll be putting out.
Oh yeah, we do. I mean,
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So
we've got loads of footage.
So if you guys want to check that out at some point over the next couple of months, we'll have some kind of update on that and where we sort of stand with it. But
Definitely.
it's been when you look back at how the building looked and how it looked now, it's crazy. Anyone who's been in and done any of the courses, you can probably appreciate like it's gone from being completely gutted to being
totally changed.
A lot of custom built stuff in here now, so that's great.
Everything, Yeah. I mean, I remember when we first moved in and we were on the very ground floor and there was zero branding. And it was like we were using the desks that were already like kind of there, or the ones that we brought across from St. Peter's, and it's literally completely changed since then.
Yeah, well,
so
we sort of like,
crazy.
begged and borrowed a bunch of stuff and had everything we get our hands on now, and we've got this nice bespoke, custom built stuff. So thanks to Captain Chaos, I guess, for that one.
Yeah, man, he's been hard at work for a while. So. Definitely.
Cool. So obviously, that's probably the bulk of the updates in terms of us and Media Savvy. We're all working hard. Obviously, Daniel's at home today. I've come in so you get the little update on Uncle Leon, but apparently the audio's a bit bungled, so we'll work on that for next time.
I think that you couldn't hear too clearly what he was saying, but you could obviously see some of the stuff that he'd worked on. Yeah. So you could still get an idea of all of the things that he's done, but it was just like obviously there was a bit of issue with the mic.
The audio dropped out when we went into Dan's room.
That's what it was.
The phone wasn't quite recording it, and we'll look into it. We'll sort it out, man. We'll sort it out. It's almost like we're done out with it.
Yeah. Well, it's all new, and this session's new. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be like some very minor growing pains, and especially when the stuff that we're trying to do. It's not like the most simple. When you're kind of connecting your phone and you're already on a stream, and they're both like simultaneously streaming. So it's like.
Bear with us on that one. There'll be a couple of things like that where the sound might drop out, or the wrong images on the screen. Hopefully it'll still be not like I was saying on Monday, it's a family show, so we'll keep it that way as best we can. Although some of the news this week is less than family friendly, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. You make your mind up. But
we'll see about
basically,
that.
me and Daniel sort of painstakingly scoured the internet for some sort of feel good news as well. So we have got some sort of updates that are a little bit less depressing, shall we say,
Doom and gloom.
than the current
totally.
news coverage and cycle. So I think we'll probably just get into them now. So we're getting to some feel good news.
Let's do it. Yeah,
on that note, though, before we start with that, what I would say is just if you guys have got anything you want to send in to us.
That's a great
something
shout,
that you
actually.
see that you think, that's a really good thing, and I'd sort of really like to know more about that, or I'd like these guys to have a look at it and see what they think, or you want to share a story with someone, send it in, and we'll put it out there.
Definitely, good shout.
It could be local, it could be national, it could be global, whatever it is. If it's just something that's a bit more feel good, then you switch on BBC News or Sky News and it's just the same 15-minute cycle of
stuff. And also, just to go off what you're saying here, from it's like there's obviously a lot of bad stuff happening at the moment in the world, but also there's a lot of good stuff happening, and that can get overshadowed by like all of this kind of all of the news and obviously when like there's like numbers increasing and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's still this good news. It's just when you like dig it out and kind of say, well, actually, there is still some good stuff happening. So it's good to kind of focus on that,
Like, it's not. There's always going to be something good happening. You'd hope anyway. It's just whether it gets reported on massively. You might not have seen it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you log into Facebook now and it's the same thing over and over again. But I mean, there's been lots of good stuff as well. To be fair, I've seen lots of quizzes. And lots of like, there was a few today where like just daft April Fool's pranks. I think we did one on Facebook.
Yeah, the Rickroll.
Yeah.
There's I think as well what you're saying. I know that we're going to kind of maybe touch on that with like the some of the tech stuff, but it's good to kind of, if we can remember that, just for in terms of like the disinformation or like the misinformation with stuff you see on Facebook and like lack of credentials and stuff like that. So that's obviously something we can touch on when we go on about the some of the tech stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, that's another thing that's more of like an e-safety thing almost, really, is like what's actually news and what's not. Yep. That's the other thing that's a bit tough too. But the ones that we've got today are just they're a bit more feel good rather than
definitely
like serious news. So
it's really funny as well, because I've seen there's like been loads of like memes about like millennials kind of having to like say like, oh, my mom's came in and said that like helicopters are going to kind of spray like this kind of like stuff. I'm gonna uninstall the WhatsApp. Like
it was what was it? It was like you need to close your windows by
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and if you don't close them, because the government are going to go over in like planes and drop like loads of disinfectant on the streets and that. There's another one that I've got a link to actually, so I'll save it. But there's been a couple of myths about how to like kill the coronavirus and stuff.
Oh I know.
I don't know if it's people like who genuinely believe it, or it's someone sitting there thinking, I reckon I can get a good few people to do this. Like,
you never know as well, D, because there are people who do that as well. Like there's like groups who will be like, oh, this will be really funny if we can do this.
Well, there was that one. I don't know if you've seen it a few years ago. It was like the new iPhone had just come out, and it was when wireless charging was a thing. And they put like a full like set of graphics out about how to charge your phone in the microwave, and like there was like hundreds of people microwaved the phone on the first day of getting it to charge it, and like it obviously fried it completely. But like just stuff like that, like just things, people like that, people do stuff like that on Facebook all the time.
The thing is though, like sometimes like news packets will pick it up, and then they won't realize until afterwards, and it's like by then the damage is done. So it's like.
Yeah, so just be careful what you read on the internet at the minute with regards to keeping yourself safe and that.
Definitely.
Just maybe vet the sources a little bit.
That's what I was saying. Like as a rule of thumb, if you read something or you get something forwarded to you on Google or Facebook, look at the headline or look at what it's saying. Type it into Google and see if there's actually any credible sources for this, you know what I mean? If it's literally just came from that one source on Facebook, I would kind of question the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
But if it's like you put it into Google and then it comes up and there's a couple of headlines from like BBC and things like that, then it's a lot more likely that it is like it has some kind of authenticity to it.
And don't just read the headline either, because the headlines can be a little bit like.
So true. Actually, what you're saying is pretty interesting, because most kind of like news websites and most press it's usually someone different who writes the headline to the actual author of the article.
Right.
I know that happens a lot. So definitely don't just read the headline, because the article could they'll literally take one thing from it. So
yeah, sure. I mean, I definitely, do you know what I mean? Don't take things on face value anyway.
Gary said,
just never read anything on Facebook.
Facebook.
I mean, that's also good advice. I mean, if you're on there, great. It's good for like Messenger and stuff, and you can put like pictures of whatever you're doing, as long as it's appropriate. And then any news articles and stuff, just be careful with them, basically. But I think if we go, I've got one. So the first one I wanted to start with, Daniel, was that one that you sent us, the NHS thank you one.
Yeah.
So
have you got the link for that, dude?
Yeah, I'm just loading it now, and it's because the map takes a little while to load. That's all.
No worries, mate. If you need any other links or anything, just give me a shout.
So if I swap scenes now to that one, and I want to hide that. Not that. I didn't want to do that at all. There's a technical glitch right straight away.
Don't worry, man. All good.
We don't want that one. We want 2 seconds. There we go. That's the one.
I'm so glad I got water this time, because last time when I did that Explorer and Photo P session, I was telling Haytham
I just
got to get anything to drink, and I didn't want to go for a break. So I was like, literally, like by the end of the session, like if you listen all the way through, you know, like it's about the last like kind of 5 minutes out of the 2-hour session, I just started to like slowly kind of die, like my voice was going up. So I came prepared this time.
Yeah, good lad. That's what you want. Like. Good boy.
Yeah.
So first one, just a little bit of news, just a little bit of sort of spreading the positivity. There's someone set up a website through the Reach network here, and it's thanks a million NHS. And as you can see, it's a very basic website. It doesn't really do much other than sort of log like thank you messages, sharing support for NHS staff.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you go down slightly here, and then you look, and then there is it has discounts for the NHS.
Yeah. There you go, brands that.
And then if you click on that, then it shows you like if you work for the NHS, or if you know anybody who does work for the NHS, then you can look and you can see which places are doing like kind of discounts and things like that. So
yeah, no, that's cool. It's really cool. So that's there. You can get all those. Obviously, there's loads. You know, there's different food and drinks. There's renting cars, car parking, bike hire. Yeah, Gillette, I guess. Nasty Gat. Oh god.
That's Rihanna's make, I think.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to click. I need to know. I need to know what's going on. Yeah, 50% off.
There you go.
There you go. So if you know anyone who works in the NHS and needs some new clothes or a shave, or a pizza, they can go to Pizza Hut and get some new clothes and have a shave at the same time.
At the same time, man.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't shave over your pizza though.
Shave your pizza? Like if you don't like the like one of the toppings.
Or you want to take the crust off for later, just shave it off and then you can dip it in your. So yeah, that's how I eat pizza, because that's normal. What a normal.
Instead of
an entirely normal thing to say.
It's like a new cutlery item.
Oh, aye, it is like. That's how you do it. Right, I just need to load the second link, so it's 2 seconds. The other one was the one that you sent us that I found quite interesting about the guy from the London. What's he called again? I'll find his name. It's in the article. Professor Neil Ferguson. So he's been the guy. He's been quite public facing, hasn't he? He's been sort of for the Imperial College London. They've been doing most of the like sort of data gathering around coronavirus.
Yes.
I think they published a couple of the initial reports before the lockdown came into effect as well.
Yeah, I like this article a lot. I think because it's a really positive one, and I don't think it's got enough kind of coverage. I think so. Yeah. It's really good that we're having a look at this.
It's pretty much based on his like expert opinion, which is he is an expert. Definitely more than anything you read on Facebook.
For sure.
But he reckons coronavirus is slowing down in the UK, and that's partly thanks to the social distancing that was being sort of imposed.
Yeah. Well, what's good about that as well is because, when you look at like because if you type in coronavirus stats, it gives you the deaths and it gives you the cases.
Yeah.
But what it doesn't tell you is the amount of like hospital admissions.
Yeah.
Because that's a more kind of like specific statistic. And basically, he's basing that off hospital admissions. So the number of admissions are kind of starting to slow slightly down. So that's a great thing. So it's taking strain off the NHS, and also it shows that the social distancing thing is actually working as well.
Yeah.
So that's
and I think they're a bit more on top of it now than they were maybe 3 weeks ago in terms of actually the reporting the stats as well, and getting like a daily update on them.
Definitely.
The other thing I think he stresses as well is that obviously this is people who have been infected that they know of for hospital, so they've been admitted to hospital. But he did also stress that a lot of people won't show symptoms at all.
Totally.
So just sort of underlining that social distancing sort of needs to happen.
Definitely.
So don't read articles like this and then think like, "Fuck, Canny, I'm going for a pint." Like,
exactly.
Still need to crack on with your social distancing and that, but just that it is sort of working. It's good. I think that might be him there. There he is. There's his face. Got a square jaw.
Definitely. I think that's a really good point you just raised as well. It's that like what I think that Iceland did that study, and it's like 40% of the people who had it were like asymptomatic, so they don't show any symptoms.
Yeah.
So I mean, if those guys are out in public and they're kind of coming into contact with people, they could give it to someone who is vulnerable. So
I think the main issue with it is all, if you listen to like the language in it as well, like a lot of it sort of invoked a massive panic. Like when you talk about like infection rate and lockdown and pandemic, people just imagine like the worst possible case scenario.
Oh, definitely.
But I think that's what led to all like the panic buying and stuff. Like it seemed to be as soon as the World Health Organization said it's a pandemic, like everyone that was it. A switch went off in everyone's brain and they just went. It's like the purge. Like everyone just went mental.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think now, based on stuff like this and more, we need a bit more of this, like reports that are actually explaining like.
Yeah, 100%.
What the actual effects of it are in terms of the numbers. I think I found it really useful.
Totally.
I think he was on Lisa's favourite radio station as well, by the looks of it, on BBC Radio 4.
Oh, really?
So if you are an intellectual, you get to listen to that. But I think it's a little bit over my head.
Very highbrow.
It's very highbrow, and I'm more of a one kind of guy, I think.
Yeah.
No offence. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably get some of the links out there in the description to the video as well if you guys want to click through them, because there's some like video content and some audio content on there for you to have a little listen to. And then again, look, we've managed to find these lovely pictures. I keep scrolling past it. So yeah, just another thing as well in that article, they're trying to step up, the government are obviously trying to step up the testing as well.
Yeah.
And they've finally got their act together to test frontline staff by the looks of it, hopefully. So.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's definitely exactly
cool. So yeah, that's actually some good news, hopefully. And then this one, I actually really like this one. I thought it was really good. So we've got the 101-year-old Spanish flu and World War II survivor has now beat off his COVID-19.
I love this one.
Yeah,
I thought this one was awesome.
Smile, man. There he goes. I don't know if that was after. I don't know if that's when he's coming home or what. But to be honest with you, the photo just says Wikimedia Commons. I don't know if that means they've just searched for a photo of an old man or whether that's actually him. Don't know.
Surely not. There must be him, right?
But the reason I'm saying is because he's only been identified as Mr. P. So I have a sneaking suspicion they've just gone onto like this Wikipedia comment and just gone out old bloke and found a picture.
That's
but
crazy.
we'll imagine this is him. He looks pretty happy.
Old Spanish man.
Yeah, generic Spanishman.
Oh, he's not even Spanish, is he? He's
no,
is he Spanish?
No, man, you've made that.
He's Italian, right?
He survived the Spanish flu, but he's from Italy.
Yeah. He's from Italy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that. We are fake news. We've done it. This is how it happens.
Spreading disinformation. Yeah, because I was thinking like, he's not Spanish. I don't know. I think it's easy to, when it says Spanish flu in the headline, it's pretty easy to say.
So anyway, Mr. P, he's 101 years old and still going strong. So strong.
But like, that is amazing to survive World War II, the Spanish flu, and then the coronavirus at age 101.
Yeah, well, he was born during the Spanish flu as well. Like, it's not like he even was like a fully grown adult with a fully developed immune system or anything. Like, he was a baby, so he's done pretty well.
Unbelievable.
Turns out. So yes, a century later, 100 years, he found himself confined in confinement in the hospital. And I don't suppose he was very hopeful at the time, but even like they've had like the deputy mayor of the town and stuff sort of like put him forward as like a story of hope. So because obviously if he can recover, do you know what I mean? It gives a lot
exactly.
of people, puts a lot of
I think
people's minds at rest a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to him, based on what he's gone through, I imagine he's a pretty strong guy.
Definitely.
You know, stronger than most. But still, if you'd have told us it, if you'd have showed us just the headline, not the actual article, I would have said, nah, don't believe you.
Yeah, it's a good point as well, because I mean, from what we know so far, it obviously affects people differently, but by and large, from the statistics, we can say like that if you did get it, you know, and you are older, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, anything like bad necessarily is going to happen. It's obviously you want to be as cautious as possible and you want to kind of look after yourself, but it's like what that Iceland study was, like 40 to 50% of people were asymptomatic. Obviously it affects people differently, but you know, like this guy's 101, like you say, and he survived it, so it's definitely a hopeful story.
Cheers. It's got some will to live by the looks of it.
Definitely, man.
Sure.
Mr. P.
Good lad, Mr. P. We like Mr. P.
Yeah.
So
Mr. P's the man.
Next one is, I think it's the Lionel Messi one.
This one's an interesting one.
So good old Lionel Messi. Oh, here we go. Some ad preferences. Hang on, then let's see what we're giving away. Required only. Yeah, that's fine. Go away. Dear me, this website really wants me to see some adverts.
I'm trying to keep up with the tabs. I've got so many open tabs of like everything.
That's why I'm doing them one at a time, because like the computer's just screaming internally.
It is absolutely crazy, man.
I might have broke this website a bit actually. Oh, I fixed it. Oh. Alright, mate. I'm going to make a little bit of noise. So
okay.
Just let you know. Uncle Leon, Captain Chaos is going to make a bit of chaos in the background, so don't worry about it. He has some drilling and some sawing and some root-a-toot-tooting. You know what's going on. So yeah, we've got our friend Lionel Messi to take his wage cut. I think the whole of the Barcelona playing staff are going to do it.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, the article sort of makes it like it's like, oh yeah, this is happening, that's going to happen, it's going to cost him, I think it said 50 million annually.
50 million.
Roughly, based on what he gets currently. Let's have a look. So he earns $90 million in his annual salary. And he's gonna cut it to 42 million. So, you know, he's not struggling. I think he'll crack on in your PR, like.
I mean,
but at the same time, he didn't have to do that.
That's the thing, dude.
I've seen quite a few people on Twitter sort of like being, well, you know, he's a millionaire and this, that, and the other, and he shouldn't be getting paid that much. But like, he's a private citizen, he gets paid that money anyway. Like, he didn't have to turn around and say, take it. Like, I still think it's a nice gesture.
So if any kind of issues with that, it's not his fault, it's the fault of the system, right? So but I
think he got really mad on Instagram the other day as well, because someone had posted an article in Spain basically saying that the Barcelona players weren't going to do it, and he was like, well, no, that was never happening, it's just we were working it out with the sort of like the club. There was a negotiation, and he probably like roasted them, flamed them.
Nice. Like I say, dude, I mean, I can be a critic of, you know, kind of the amount sportsmen get paid and stuff like that, even personally. But I think it's what you said. He just doesn't have to do this. And I think any kind of gesture like this is a good one. And I think, especially when it's such an astronomical amount of money, you know, fair enough, he's not going to be out of pocket. But
what's annoying is some of the people who are having a go I think are the same people who would be having a go if they weren't. I think sometimes if you are like, you've got a lot of money, sometimes you cannot win.
It's
but
like
at the same time, you know, you've got the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, who's being he's not doing nothing, but he's just being a bit like
minimal efforts.
No, it's not even that. It's just like there's no clear answer on what he's doing. He's just sort of skirting the issue a little bit. Up until now, I haven't read anything otherwise.
I've kind of I read a few different things. Obviously, there was the thing about Whole Foods that came out, and then there's like there's been a few different things, but yeah, from what I've seen, I don't know enough about it to give like a total informed answer on that yet. But like,
Amazon are definitely doing something, because they're going to be doing deliveries. I think they're using the fleet of like big HGVs and stuff to deliver different medical products and stuff. Whether they're doing it completely free or not, don't know. That's what I mean. They were being a bit sketchy on the details. But at the
Gary
same time,
said,
whatever they do to help is great. Like, and so they should.
Definitely. Gary said, pretty sure all of them can spare it. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, obviously. 100%. Like, I mean, like, especially, it's not like it's a mid-league team as well. Barcelona is one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Well, I mean, saying they're valued at $4 billion. But I think it's a nice gesture from the boss.
No, true. It's what you say, mate. Like, you can't criticize it in the day. It's true, and like they're not going to be out of pocket.
No.
But you know what I mean. It's
and I think like
you'll see
a lot of articles like having a go at them for like, oh well, they've only done that, and they'll still be earning this, and they'll still have all this money coming. It's like, but like that was money that they would have had. They would have had 100%, and now they've got substantially less.
Well, mate,
and they've done it out of. A lot of people accuse them of doing, it's PR and stuff, but who cares? Do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though.
Who cares?
It's good PR, right? Because when they do this, it makes Barcelona look good. Yeah. So then next Real Madrid's going to do something because they're going to think, well, you know what I mean? It's the knock-on effect. It's the knock-on effect.
Peer pressure you into being like a socialist, which is fine.
Well, you just into being a good person, right?
Well, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing as well. Like, I'd say at least we've sort of seen now that there's been action forced to like shore up certain things. Like, there's been money put in, and hopefully, definitely, from my perspective anyway, possibly controversial, but like that is a bit of a wake-up call for certain things that need to be, better funded, and we need to have more of a bit of a strategy, sort of.
Definitely, I think
to cope with things like this, because we've just been completely blindsided in the first few weeks of it.
Definitely, it makes you realise how much how valuable, like, it's underfunded, like, massively, but how valuable our NHS actually is.
Definitely, and the staff and all, 100, like,
they're just amazing.
I think they've been taken for granted a little bit, not by anyone in particular, just not even down to parties or whatever. I think just in general, we've sort of coasted by for years of the NHS has just been there. It's just existed, and I think now we're like we really need this now. And I mean, that kind of
it's at the end of the day, it's only a gesture, but like the thing, like the applause and stuff like that. Like, I love stuff like that because it shows solidarity with the nation, and it's letting them at least have like some sort of acknowledgement. So
100%. They need it as well at the minute, because like I imagine there's not. It must be pretty stressful, even not being like frontline staff. I imagine working for the NHS right now is just an absolute disaster area.
Even I saw a video. I've literally just remembered it. Otherwise, I would have queued it.
Yeah.
But I saw a video. It was just a lass who works at Sainsbury's,
right?
And she was coming out to a car, and the neighbours had put like chocolates and stuff on the roof, on like the top of her car. Yeah, so like just for when she came out, and she was like really like overwhelmed. And I thought that's even a nice gesture, because
100%.
Even they're taken for granted.
Your key workers and stuff.
Yeah, you look at what makes a society work, and people like people like the food workers. We are completely dependent on those people, and the service that they do is incredible.
Well, I mean, these are the people who their job role would have been classed as low skill. Like,
but it's like
they're jobs that when they're advertised, they're not advertised as like a trade per se. But now they've become the sort of backbone of the country. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Hopefully, it's a bit of a wake-up call for the way we sort of
definitely
treat people in general. Not even
that's
just
what I was going to say.
Just treating each other like
exactly, because exactly, and I think that we're all guilty of it. But definitely. We can just walk in, and that kind of interaction with somebody, you don't even think about it. But like now, when you kind of see like if this person wasn't in, I wouldn't be able to get my shopping. I wouldn't be able to eat. Well, you know what I mean? So it's like. It's obvious, but it's like what you said. It's kind of, I think people are kind of starting to see
like treating each. It's easy to get caught up in your own little bubble, like
definitely.
You get your work, you do your work, you go home, whatever you do, you eat a pizza or whatever. It's just you take everything for granted. But I think now more than ever we need to like be a little bit more appreciative of just like to not use any words that aren't appropriate to use. Just treat each other with respect.
100%, man. 100%.
I guess.
Definitely.
There you go. That's enough of talking about being nice. Let's go for something else. Messi, good job, Barcelona. Hopefully, like you say, it bullies all the other clubs into doing it. Oh yeah, exactly special mention. Just on the football note, I don't know if you've seen it. Jack Grealish had an absolute mare this week.
Oh yeah, he got pulled over, right?
Well, he didn't get pulled over. He put out a video on social media, like, you know, doing his like a self-righteous like to camera like vlog about stay home and save the NHS and don't do this, that and the other. And then the next thing, he was at a party which he shouldn't have been at his mate's house, got absolutely steaming and then crashed his car. So yeah,
that is unbelievable.
Special shout out to him for being a massive idiot. And that's the two contrasting types of footballers that you'll get in this situation. He said sorry, to be fair, and you know that's all he can do at the minute. But I don't know what he was thinking. Just on the
I can feel a segue. I can definitely.
We'll have a quick segue.
I can feel the segue into the thing about the idiot of the week, right?
Oh yeah, well we've got that coming up as well, where we've picked out some of our the stupidest stories we've seen with the stupidest people. But we've got a little poll for you guys to vote, and we'll probably leave the poll up till like Friday when the next one is. We've called it Idiot of the Week for now. We might come up with a catchier name. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit offensive. Don't know. Who cares? Don't be an idiot and you won't end up on it. Yeah. That's the thinking, I think.
That's the one, yeah.
It's mainly like mainstream news. We're not just like, you know, recording people on the stream being like, look at that idiot. It's people who've gone above and beyond to be idiotic in a time when you definitely shouldn't be.
Yeah,
we'll get rid of that picture of Messi, who has a fine beard, by the way, just to point out.
I know I'm a bit jealous because I'm trying to grow my beard at the moment. Yeah. So hopefully,
let's not.
I think I'm incapable, actually.
Yeah, so. I'd rather not talk about it. I know it's a bone of contention on my face. So we've got a story from Italy, which I'm hoping is a good news one. Oh yeah, it is. Let me just.
So yeah, this is also really interesting, I think.
So you found this one as well, didn't you?
Yeah. This is the flattening the curve, right?
Yeah, flattening the curve. So Italy obviously is Europe's epicenter of the outbreak at the minute, but they seem to be flattening the curve a little bit. So this one's another one that's quite stat heavy, but again, I find these ones quite good to read because they're a little bit less like sensational, like. You know,
definitely.
It's not just the death toll that they've plastered as the headline. It's more of an in-depth look at the sort of increase in hospitalisation, the increase in death, like mortality rate, the increase in. Oh, I'm saying increase. They're seeing a flatten out of that curve now, so it's not exponentially going up. They're getting a grasp on it now, which is obviously good.
Yeah. So it's starting to slow down, and that is the ultimate point in. That's very kind of hopeful news because obviously we've watched Italy being very, very harshly affected by this.
Really, I mean, parts of it.
Totally, yeah.
Italy was like one of the worst places hit, wasn't it?
Exactly, and it's been really rough for them. So to kind of, see that kind of start to slow down a little bit. I mean, it's very hopeful and positive news.
Yeah. So the thinking that measures are going to be extended. But they're sort of very hopeful based on the sort of slowdown of the outbreak, which is good.
Exactly.
Good. I don't know what this. I haven't actually looked at this little map thing here. So.
To the map,
cases worldwide. That's all. That one.
It's just kind of.
I'll get into that anyway. I've got some links for like some official advice that isn't complete. So if you are worried about what is and isn't fake news, just got a couple of sources that be regularly updated by the likes of the NHS, like to sort of check. That'll give you some reliable information, hopefully, rather than what you might see on Facebook about if you set off fireworks near your face, it'll burn the coronavirus away and stuff. Because that's the sort of like content I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, I think.
Burning. I sort of made that. It was a bonfire, I think. It was something about a bonfire, and I was just like, hide, delete, bye. No time for you today.
That one is crazy, that audio.
There's a few. I've got one in particular that actually made us laugh pretty much out loud. This is another good one. This one's a bit more local as well. So it's the same one, the taxi one that you found.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah. So the same taxi firm offers free lifts to supermarkets for the elderly and vulnerable during the coronavirus lockdown. I don't know. Does it say what taxi firm it is? Oh yeah, Hamlet Taxis. So obviously if you're in Seaham and you are elderly or vulnerable during the coronavirus lockdown, you can get a free lift. But again, it's just another good example of people sort of pitching in, man. It's you love to see it. Definitely. Things you love to see it. We get a little bit like scene invaded there.
Yeah, sorry.
I heard the creak of the door. It's almost as good as this one. Are you ready? We need a little. Got like the coffin lid just creaking open, which is nice.
Yeah.
So
just,
yeah,
housemate
started
came in.
last
Sorry about that.
Friday. We took down 4 down and 4 back. So I think they've had a little bit of like bit more uptake on it as well. Now that people have stopped sort of panicking as much. I'm just going to turn the light off because it's flickering the camera a bit.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Okay, so yeah, I mean you can keep up to date with that on the Facebook. You'll see probably a bit more of this, I think, as well. Like services that are now going to become free, or they're going to offer some kind of discount based on, you know, prioritising vulnerable and the elderly and stuff. Iceland are doing it, and I think Tesco are doing it as well.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
It's like an hour a morning.
That's it, yeah, and I think that.
I'll quickly look it up, actually.
Like I said, I don't have the stats for that, but I've definitely heard about that as well. So I think that's obviously a great service. I can check that as well for you, Brian. Sorry if you want.
They've put a help article on their website by the looks of it. Priority hours, they've called it. So they're doing one for NHS workers, and if I think they're holding stuff back every Tuesday and Thursday is a browsing hour for your NHS workers. But basically, if you check any of the major supermarkets, they'll have this information out there to see when you can get in. Also, if you can spell elderly right, because obviously I can it. So I don't know. Who knows? That's what spell check's for anyway. It's fine.
True. Well, I think that's a great resource as well, mate. Because I think that you know, people who are watching this can obviously pass that on, and you know, because everyone's got you know, older relatives and things like that. So I think that this is, you know, essential for those people.
Oh, definitely. I think it just helps them out, man. Like, I think it's probably scary enough as it is leaving the house if you're in one of these groups. Like, I know that they said it to people who got the they sent out a letter, right, and it was like, you're in an at-risk group or something like that, basically. And it was the one where they were advanced. So I think it was like people with asthma, people with underlying health conditions had received a letter who were deemed to be vulnerable, and they were basically told to stay at home for like 12 weeks. And I think that has probably caused a bit of panic if you fall into that category. So I think having this, and you know, having some special measures in place to make sure you can get out and, you know, get things like get you shopping, because if you live alone, like, it's not. Some of the estimated delivery times are like a week to get your shopping delivered. And it's
no,
like,
they are. You're right.
So, like,
and if you don't have any, if you don't drive and you don't have any local stores, or your local store is quite far away, the delivery time's like, it's like a week, so you could be in real trouble. Gary just mentioned that he says that Uber are offering free rides for the NHS staff and food. So that's absolutely
cool.
awesome.
Gary.
You know,
appreciate that. I'll tell you what, quickly have a look at. So what was that? Uber
doing free rides for the NHS.
So yeah, that looks like it's on the Uber website as well, and it's got a set. So if you know anyone, again, like same with the Thanks NHS one that we sent, we'll get the link to that put in the description probably as well. This is the same, so it's got some instructions on how to claim it. So if you know anyone, or you are one yourself, then get yourself on there and get yourself some free Ubers. Which sort of brings me on the subject of free stuff, because we love free stuff. So we got a targeted advert for being over 60. I think that's because I keep Googling stuff about elderly.
About the elderly, right?
Now I'm getting targeted adverts as if I'm over 60. Which I know I look pretty rough today, but not quite over 60.
Same, you know, I'm definitely, I could get the senior citizen kind of.
Yeah, my hair's sort of going a little bit grey on the sides, but it's not quite there yet.
I've got like random grey bits.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a stream where we like dye it or shave it all off or something.
Yeah, I'm game for that in about a couple weeks time.
In a couple of weeks when you look like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Oh my God, Wilson!
Wilson! Tom Hanks. Oh wow, we don't want him to be a paedophile.
Wow, so
apparently people have been searching for that, but never mind.
What's that?
I don't know. I typed in Tom Hanks to Google, and one of the not automatic suggestions was that he's a paedophile.
Oh, it's I saw something about that.
I just wanted this photo. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to show you a photo of that.
It's that kind of whole conspiracy theory
Oh,
thing.
Is it the Jeffrey Epstein thing?
Yeah, it's all that kind of carry on.
Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna take that bit of the conversation and we're just gonna put it over there. That's another stream entirely. That one. We'll have to get like tinfoil hats and stuff made.
Definitely.
I'm quite happy to talk about it, but I don't know if it's very appropriate. So we'll move on. So I think that's all the ones you'd sent us, but on the subject of things that are free,
just Tom Hanks kicking about in the background.
Yeah, it's alright, man. Tom Hanks will be alright. He's
had it actually.
He had it.
Charlotte said that her uncle has been advised to stay at home and self-isolate.
Yeah, so
for 14 days, I think.
Yeah, so obviously, I think what they were telling people was like just stay at home. But like you were going on Iceland and Morrison's and Tesco and Asda, whatever other supermarkets are available. You were going on them and trying to request your delivery for your shopping, and it was like 10 days or 7 days, and it's like, well, I mean, guess I'll die. Is the meme.
Exactly, like that doesn't make sense, does it?
I think they've gone for a bit more of a common sense approach now. Of you can still go out, obviously, ideally not, but there are going to be people there who have to, and there are hours out there, and there's lift services and stuff that you can get to get yourself around. Obviously, if you know anyone who is one of those people who has to self-isolate because they're at risk, that ideally someone will be bringing the shop under them. And again, this comes to where I was talking about before. I've seen a lot more. I haven't got any links or anything, but I've seen a lot more people on Facebook and stuff who maybe have got like a van, have been offering to do shopping for people in the local area.
I've seen that as well, and I think that's absolutely awesome.
Like,
so.
hasn't been like an organisation thing.
Just
I know
random
the NHS
people.
Did it was a volunteering scheme, wasn't it, that they did?
Yeah.
24th of March it went up. I don't know if this one's closed, but I imagine they're going to do another one. So quickly and easily. We'll try and include the link to this. And basically there'll be a bunch of volunteering opportunities out there at the minute. Whether you feel confident enough to get outside and interact with people, that's the other thing. But I think a lot of them are sorting out like food delivery, even if it's not you physically delivering them. It was putting the parcels together of different stuff that was for different charities and things. It's a good time to get into volunteering if you are not under strict like self-isolation thing. So
definitely, I think even things like if you are in isolation, I would look at stuff like Samaritans, because I think that obviously, as we're kind of talking about here, I think that mental health has obviously affected people. But, when people are isolated, they're left alone with the thoughts, and I think it can affect people's mental health quite badly. I mean, not to mention the fact that there's this ongoing pandemic. So I think that you can do Samaritans even from your home. So you can I
believe so. Yeah, I think coronavirus is impacting all our lives. This crisis is the biggest challenge Samaritans has ever faced. So if I click on this.
Just to clarify, what I meant there was not to call Samaritans if you need them, but like,
that too as well. Like,
you could obviously do that, but if you want to be someone who can support people, I mean,
so they've got a link on their website with the donation, and I think if you go on their website, support us. There's a volunteering link there as well.
Emergency appeal.
Yeah. So the emergency appeal, I think, is for like a donation link, but then they've also got the volunteering side of the site and all. So have a look on there, because like Daniel says, it could be something you do remotely. Like I say, even if it's something like, it doesn't necessarily have to be through an official channel. If you know there's someone close by who's vulnerable and kind of go out and access the things they'd normally access, reach out to them. Obviously from a 2 meter distance. Don't physically reach out.
Also, go on ahead for a minute.
No, I was just saying, reach out to them, make sure they're getting on all right. They can get the they can get sorry, I was getting a bit of feedback on my mic. That's all. I could hear something replaying in my headphones.
And I mean, like you're saying, dude, I'm sure that everyone in the chat's doing this already, but like, just getting in touch with your family, like I've been ringing my grandma and stuff, make sure she's okay, like stuff like that. And I think it means so much to them, because they,
Oh, definitely. Well, that brings us on nicely, actually. I was just going to briefly talk about some of the tech related stuff. So
let's do it, man.
Obviously, we're using Zoom today, which is a free bit of software, and I'm pretty sure if I go on the Zoom website, if if I go to news, I will just show you what I'm talking about. So basically, Zoom is. I'll show you the about on their website, just so you can get a quick look at it. Chat. So it's a free bit of software, and it's all about meetings and chat, and like a video conference. So the camera that you're seeing now on the stream is just a capture of that window that me and Daniel are just on a call. And you can do this with anyone who they've got a mobile phone app on Android and iOS. So you can have it on a tablet or your iPad, have it on your phone. You can also do it on a computer, and as long as you've got access to the internet, it should work pretty well. It's a little bit, you have to sign up for it to get an account. But if you don't want to go down that route of your sort of Zoom one, obviously you've got your standard old Facebook Messenger. So you can create a group on Facebook, on Messenger, you can create a group and you can video call that group, and it's a lot less technical. It literally just works on your phone, and it adds everyone's video into a nice, easy to view grid. And you can control who's in that group, so you can make a group with your family. You can video call just one person if you want to. You can even just audio call them. It doesn't have to be a video, but I think a lot of people have been using the video to sort of simulate like a face-to-face conversation. It's a bit different to having a phone call, basically. As much as I hate seeing me face on this screen, it makes it a bit better. It's a bit more engaging if you can see.
It's totally. I totally agree. It is. Also, but watch out for house party though.
Yeah,
right?
just about to mention it. Just that good point. So I couldn't say for sure right now, as of this live stream and recording, whether house party is compromised or not. However, I've seen about 100 articles and about 1,000 tweets when I've scrolled through on the hashtag on Twitter that it's unsafe. And what I would say with it at that point is probably don't take the chance when there's other software out there. So the BBC did an article on it and actually had this on the list of things to do. And this is nice. How safe is it? The main issue I found with it that I know for a fact happens is there's a setting in it about security. So you set up a room, and your room is your party. So like here we've got on the screenshot, Daniel, you'll probably not be able to see this, but there's a 4x4, like a 4 person grid of these people all interacting, and that is essentially like a group call on Facebook, except there's a setting on it where you can't control who joins your room. So what's been happening is obviously kids have gone on it and they've been like talking to each other, and then some random person's joined from the internet and just sat in on that chat, and it's like, do you really want that? And my answer is
what the hell, dude? I didn't even know that.
Well, exactly. So it was basically an on or off switch of can anyone join, but a lot of people didn't know. They just took the app on face value and said, I'll download it, I'll have it. People are claiming that it's been hacking accounts. Again, don't know how true that is. In fact, I think I've seen an article from the guys who own it. So Epic Games, who made Fortnite, going down the rabbit hole big time here. But they own Fortnite, and they're a $1 billion company now, I think. So they believe that they've been subject to a paid commercial smear campaign, supposedly, and they've offered up a $1 million or £803,000 bounty for evidence of a malicious campaign against them. So that's their defence at the minute, is that it's a big smear campaign. What I would say was, for now, until it's cleared up, I would stay clear until we can get definitive proof that it's not a sort of dodgy app. And if you are using it for whatever reason, make sure that you've got the setting turned off that lets anyone in the world join your call, because like you really, really don't want that. That's one of the great things about Zoom, and obviously Messenger as well, is that you're in full control of who can be in that call. For the Zoom one, you have to send out a link or an invitation to the meeting, so they can't join it without that. For the Facebook one, you'd only be calling people who are in the group. And if there's a massive demand for it, I know we've got the WhatsApp one tomorrow on how to set up WhatsApp groups. So that might be a good one if you have any questions about WhatsApp. I'm not going to go into too much, but obviously WhatsApp's a service. It's a messaging service. It doesn't really offer group calls so much. But you can send videos. You send videos and audio clips and stuff. That's another good way to keep in touch with people. You can create groups on there quite well. It's got a bit point-to-point encryption, if anyone wants some nerd speak. it's a bit safer than other ones. Basically, is all that means for anyone who doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about. Hopefully that makes sense.
So and that's obviously what it's worth people tuning into that tomorrow if they want to kind of learn a little bit more.
Yeah, so that's the WhatsApp one. We will probably, I think we're doing a Zoom one as well on Friday morning. I've lost track of the schedule.
Gary made a good point. You were saying that Discord's really good for that as well.
Oh yeah, so Discord as well. Yeah, so you can set up a server basically, and you can have different tabs in that as well, with what you want, like what the discussion topic is, if it's that sort of thing. As always, though, when you're doing stuff online, you've got your basic rule of stranger danger. What you don't want is some weird person popping up on a webcam, like me and Daniel, and just listening into whatever you're doing or whatever. I think the other issue is younger people as well who maybe still know any different. I think there's a lot of people who are quite trusting of what goes on online, and obviously we are not so much.
No.
I would say borderline paranoid.
But rightly so though, really.
Yeah, so just be careful with the different apps. For the minute, Zoom, from my experience and from everything I've read, very good. House Party, I'm on the fence and I'm a bit worried about what it's doing, so just avoid it for now.
Yeah.
Discord, proven one, like Gary says. Facebook Messenger, if you're on Facebook, it'll automatically add your account. If you're not, you can make a Messenger account with just your phone number. WhatsApp, very good one. Tune in tomorrow morning to find out more about that one. And we'll be doing a bit of Zoom on Friday, I believe. Also, if it's an article that you haven't, if it's an app, that you haven't heard of before, do a bit of research on it. See what you think.
Definitely.
I
agree with that too.
Close your eyes and install it and hope for the best, because that's going to end. You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, mate.
Cool. So yeah, that's all the meeting software, really. I've rambled on about that for long enough. I've found some more positive and uplifting stuff. So this first part was a bit we covered with Daniel from his sort of feel-good links and stuff. I found a link to a zoo. So it's a zoo.
A virtual zoo?
So it's not a virtual zoo per se. The zookeepers have self-isolated them in the zoo with the animals. I assume they're not sleeping with the animals, because that would be weird.
What? That sounds so crazy.
I assum they've got like beds and sleeping bags and stuff set up somewhere else. They're not just in like a lion enclosure.
Just in a tiger den.
Yeah,
just like falling asleep.
Just in the corner while the lion sort of like paws up a little bit.
Chill next to the grizzly bear.
So this one's a good one as well, because obviously the animals I assume would have just died had they had to go home. So they're in full lockdown there. But what I particularly liked about this one is I managed to find. I've closed the document with my links on it now. So I managed to find a link to their Facebook. So it's in Cornwall. They've got a Facebook page where they put on a bunch of videos.
See there, Wibbs has just posted in the chat saying that he's got to go. So cheers, thanks for staying, Wibbs. Appreciate you dropping by.
Yeah, it was cool. Thanks for your input today. So as you can see, this little Facebook page, they post a bunch of videos. I think I can probably play one. We're doing a garden check. Whatever a garden check is. Oh,
this sounds absolutely awesome.
There's a little bird there. I think it's a bird. I don't know. I didn't do well in biology. Sorry.
So is it Paradise Park?
Paradise Park, Cornwall, and they're doing like a daily update. I think there's a. Ooh.
Yeah, this is absolutely fun.
Oh wow, that's loud. Real loud. So they're eating an apple. An apple that they've pinned to a twig or a branch. Hopefully the video quality gets a bit better. Yeah, there you go. You can watch some birds eating an apple if you want. If that helps you relax, that helps you relax. They've got a bunch on there. If you go on there, you go on videos. They're obviously doing daily posts. I think, so they've got a Nest Cam by the looks of it as well on their website, I think.
That's absolutely cool.
Yeah, so it looks like they've got a little live. Wow. So we're playing a live stream on a live stream. So that might be why it's not loading, because it might be like, the internet might just be like, what do you mean? Playing 2 live streams at once. They've got a website as well, which is just paradisepark.org.uk. and they'll be putting a bunch of live stuff on there as well as the Facebook, which I found pretty cool. If you're a bit bored, check it out. You get to see some birds eating apple. What more do you want?
Yeah, I think stuff like that's really relaxing as well.
Lisa had posted a link to the Disney one as well, and I've now misplaced the link like a complete moron.
I've got it, dude. I'll send it to you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you can send us that.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
I'll show that. Basically, it's Disney. It's a virtual tour, right? Of
yeah, that's the one.
I bet I can find it actually. Virtual tour.
I've got it here if you need it.
Is it? Have you sent me it on Zoom?
Yeah, it's on Zoom.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, some travel safety information. Great. Oh, great. Now I'm getting the travel safety policy. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. So there. That's. I'm trying to show you what it looks like. That looks like what it is. I'm not going to do it now because, like I said, I think it's going to be a bit resource heavy. Yeah, it's telling us I've got poor connection. I'm going to close that. I think I might have lagged my computer a little bit, so I'm just going to wait a second. I think we're back. Cool. Yeah, so basically that link I just showed you is the virtual tour, so you can click around and drag the screen around, and I don't know what that was.
It's awesome.
I just did a weird thing with my hand. So families are eager to get some action during the lockdown. Through the trip, so you can do a trip around the whole park, basically. They've done a really good job with it by the looks of it.
It's absolutely
really
awesome.
high resolution, so it's not like pixelated or anything. And that'll be a good one to keep, I don't know, yourself entertained or the kids entertained, or I think it's going to get to a point where you're pretty bored at some point over the next few weeks and months, so that might be a good one to try.
Yeah, I feel like what you're saying with kids as well. I think that's a great one for kids, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
To be honest, if I don't know how it would work, but if you had a VR headset, could you put that on? It would be awesome, right?
I don't know, maybe. I think they'll be definitely working on stuff like that, because it's like this is the best time to launch it, and that sort of brings me into what I was talking about with you earlier. I'm just double checking the stream health because it's telling me something is wrong.
Do you remember Google Cardboard Haven? Did you ever use that?
Yeah. So you used to be able to get your own, make your own. It was like make your own Google headset, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a bit of paper, and it was like it would kind of give you like a 3D kind of effect, didn't it?
You would print it out and it would fold up and that. It was good. Yeah, it was cool.
Didn't last long though, did it? It's like
well, it was just cardboard folded up, mate. Like YouTube is not receiving enough video on maintain, but I think it's working. Let me know, guys, if it's dropping off at all the stream, because I got a warning message there about it losing frames. But I think it might have just been like a couple of seconds, and it's just leaving the warning.
Probably just when you loaded that thing, it probably is like.
Anyway, we'll crack on, and if it's not working, it's not working. Someone can let us know.
Yeah. So guys, just to reiterate what Haytham said there, please type in the chats if you like the connection lags at all, and we'll do our best to kind of sort it out.
On that note of free stuff, so you've got the Disney Live tour, but if that's not quite enough for you and you want to watch some of your favourite like Disney movies and that, you can get yourself a free trial.
Cheers, Gary.
Of Disney Plus. So I think if you literally just go on the website, I have already signed up for this. I'm 4 days in, so I'm probably going to renew. But I think if I load the website, it'll give me. Would it give us a preview of what? Yeah. So they've got a preview of stuff that's on there. So luckily, because Disney pretty much own the entire world now, they own Star Wars, they own Marvel movies, they own things like The Simpsons because they bought Fox. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is part of that. That is a crazy one. Well.
National Geographic.
Yeah. So there's an absolute ton of stuff on there, and you see there it sort of sorts them into categories. So they've got some Pixar movies on there. They've obviously got what I believe to be Dan McAvilly or whatever's favourite TV series, High School Musical.
He loves it, does he?
I think so. I think I've seen a poster on his wall.
Is that one of his new ones in his office?
It must be. I think so.
I've seen that one as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's like Full Wall. The Full Wall is just High School Musical.
Troy Bolden, is that what it is?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Is that his name? I'm sure that's his name, isn't it?
Zach Braff.
Zach Braff?
No, not Zach Braff. What did Zach Braff did something? That was what I was going to talk about as well. Him and if anyone's I'm going on a tangent. Anyway, Disney Plus, free 7-day trial. Really good if you're stuck at home and you're struggling to get entertainment. So it's got Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, and it's free for 7 days. You do have to put a card in, and it will charge you, so you need to keep on top of it. But you can manage it all on the website in terms of ending your trial. But just make sure, all I've done for that is I set an alarm on my phone, like a reminder, for 2 hours before my trial ends. So if I want to cancel it, I can cancel it. I'm not going to cancel it anyway. I think I'm going to keep it, to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean, tell you what you could do as well.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Damn it, Avelio is not happy. He's not besotted by that one. But yeah, go on, Daniel. What was it?
yeah. So I think that's a good tip. Obviously, with the free subscription, but once that's up, if you've got 3 or 4 friends, if you guys want to go, if you want to go halfies on it or you want to go quarters on it, just let your friends know. Say, listen, I was thinking about getting Disney Plus. We've got up to 4 users, 60 quid a year. Then maybe you can get like 20 quid each in it. So
yeah. Oh, it's mint.
Less 50. Yeah,
definitely. So would highly recommend. It's all in like HD. Even the phone app's really good.
Gary's saying there that NFL and MotoGP might be giving out free subscriptions.
Oh, really?
Which is awesome if that's the case, because that'll be great for a bunch of people, I got into NFL quite recently, so it's
same. I actually went out to watch the the Super Bowl and stayed up at like 4 in the morning or something. So,
I remember that, dude.
It was a rough night, but it was good. It's decent. It's not quite football, but it's all right.
No. It's all right though.
I enjoy it, but yeah. Because obviously, I think I seen a really good one. It was NASCAR did something. They did a virtual race, but they broadcast it as if it was the real race. So
that's awesome.
They did it in the game, and
yeah.
they had the drivers actually sit on like the full rigs with the steering wheel and the pedals and stuff. But they did I think. Hang on, let's play it. Let's see. I bet there's about 100 adverts on this.
Probably.
Oh, here we go. Well, that was great. Is that an advert or? You know what, Fox News? I've had enough of you.
Oh, obviously the most trustable news source, Fox News.
We'll go with this one. I just want to see if we can see a picture of them in the little like driving rig. Nah, it doesn't like they've got. But basically, yeah. So I think we're going to see a lot more of this sort of stuff as well. Little tournaments and stuff to look out for. So if you're missing the sport, like I am, there'll be a lot more of this stuff coming on. There was a big FIFA tournament with all the major clubs are doing one.
Check out the YouTube channels as well. So BT Sport YouTube channel, they've released a bunch of free football games, a bunch of boxing matches, Sky Sports. And check out all their YouTube channels because they're releasing old archive games, archive matches. So there's a bunch of stuff there as well. So yeah, whatever your favorite sport is, check out the YouTube channel for that, and then they are probably doing some kind of promo stuff for it.
Definitely worth a look. There'll be a lot of content on there. I mean, things to pass the time. I've been listening to some more podcasts and stuff.
So that's a good point, because obviously there's not a lot of new media, but people like Joe Rogan is still podcasting. So there's obviously
only that. If you don't listen to them anyway, they've got a massive back catalogue. So there's like there's obviously Joe Rogan, which is on my subscribe list, but there's loads of different ones. You won't have to go very far to Google or to search for a podcast. Everyone's got a podcast, and we've sort of got one now, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost a podcast, isn't it? I guess it is a podcast in a way.
The one? What's the There's a one with all the actors on. What's it called again?
Podcast.
Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter do one. That's it, isn't it? It's the roundtable.
Dude,
so there you can see good. A few examples. Then they get some celebrities in.
Directors Roundtable, Actors Roundtable.
This one's really good. The one with Adam Driver, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, it's awesome. Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Obviously, Tom Hanks before he got corona. I hope, anyway. No, it was months ago, to be fair. It was 2 months ago. So, yeah, just check out some podcasts. Keep yourself sane, I think, as well. There's a bunch of free games out there if anyone's gaming at the minute. I played the new Call of Duty on my Xbox. That's free, so that can be one to keep the kids busy as well. Maybe I think Fortnite's free. Maybe limit the time on that one though, because I think you can end up spending like hours and hours a day. But if you're looking for stuff to pass the time, it's worth it going.
Yeah, exactly, man. You just mentioned obviously.
Sorry, go
on. Eminem did one with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's got a podcast. Obviously, that's pretty good.
That one's a little bit explicit though, so be careful with that one. Yeah. It's good, but it's just I would maybe listen to that one with headphones on.
It's good. Good podcast though.
Same with some of the Rogan ones. He has some guests on that are a little bit. The themes are adult.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I seen one of the Mike Tyson ones where he had Tyson Fury on, and that was unbelievable. Oh, yeah. That one. That one's so good.
Rogan had Tyson Fury on before the first Wilder fight as well, and then he had Deontay Wilder on as well. So it's really good. I think Tyson Fury's doing like a daily workout routine on his Instagram as well. So that's another one.
That might be worth checking out. Yeah.
Celebrities on Instagram, just not the annoying ones, because there's plenty of them around and all.
That's it. True.
But there's lots of cool stuff to check out in terms of content. So Gary's playing a bit Diablo 3, and I believe that's free to play at the minute.
Yeah, I've got Diablo 3 as well. I'm playing it a little bit, but it's good fun.
Yeah, so you got Disney Plus, you got some podcasts for you guys to check out. I would highly recommend any of the Rogan ones, but like I say, maybe headphones on for them ones. Mike Tyson's is really good.
Definitely.
The Hollywood Reporter is quite a good one as well. There's also a bunch. Obviously, we're doing all the sort of educational streams, but there's loads of content out there on YouTube as well to learn different things. Doesn't necessarily have to be creative software. You know what I mean? You can teach yourself to like sew. I don't know.
Yeah.
You sew one back on my jacket. There you go. Sorted. YouTube tutorial. Bang. Sorted. 20 minutes.
Definitely.
I've just realised we're running massively over in terms of time, but there's one story I really wanted to cover. And it was the Idiots of the Week stuff.
Yeah, let's kind of get through that because we've got the poll up there.
So the Idiots of the Week that we've sort of pulled together for this week are, I've got first, and it's an unnamed moron. So we've got an unnamed moron.
In the poll, I think I know who this one is. So guys, just let you know, we're going to run through these, and there's in the description of this video, there's a poll as well.
You might as well post it in the link, right, in the chat.
Yeah, I'll post it in the chat as well. We've got a poll, and it's basically it's this item that we're doing, which is the Idiot of the Week. So collecting a couple of different.
We're gonna work on a jingle, I think, but
yeah, we can get Scott to do one for us.
Scott's gonna work on a jingle for us. No pressure, Scott.
Yeah.
You've been volunteered for that one.
If you just click that, and it'll take you to it. Obviously, before you vote, we're going to show you the articles of what they've done.
Yeah.
You'll notice one of the names is toilet seat liquor. And obviously, in a second, you're going to know why.
I bet when you tuned in today, you were not expecting to hear about a toilet seat liquor, but here we are. So, a so-called TikTok influencer started a coronavirus challenge. I've seen a couple of them, but this one sort of hit the news big time. So he'd gone around and he'd licked a bunch of, as you can see from the picture, a toilet seat. I think he licked a door handle.
Jesus Christ.
And loads of people apparently got involved with it, but apparently this guy has now got coronavirus. So, I mean, sometimes, life comes at you fast. If you don't stop to not lick everything, then you'll get coronavirus.
That picture's so sick.
It's awful, isn't it? Even if someone had cleaned it, right? Even if it was my toilet at home, and why would you do it? You just wouldn't do it, would you? Like, how, man? What are you playing at?
It's so awful.
And then there's that one.
Yeah. Also, guys.
So yeah.
Don't forget as well. Is a brief tangent. Don't forget the survey too. Because obviously the Idiot of the Week, it's a bit of fun. It's an item we're doing. It is of like, it's not of like huge importance to us. It's just like something fun. But the survey, we do really want to get the surveys done because that's a good way for us to kind of track out how these streams are doing. So yeah, I've just posted the survey in there, guys. Just at the end of the session, you don't have to do it right now. It's in the description as well. It takes 1 minute, so just if you guys would do the survey also for us, just when you get a chance, just to kind of remind you guys of that.
Cool.
But, yeah.
Sound, yeah. So back to the idiot.
Toilet
got
seat,
a guy
liquor.
licking his toilet seat. We'll
Charlotte says, why? Just why?
Yeah, well, same. I mean, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. We've got, so, let's have a look. I need to close all these tabs because my computer's taking ages to load them.
I'm actually going to vote in the poll for who I think the idiot of the week is. But obviously we'll wait until we're all done before we, like, everyone should vote. But I know who's honest.
Yeah, so this is Peter Hitchens, the journalist, shared his opinion. He didn't think it was serious enough to put most of the population into what he called house imprisonment. He said it was wrecking the economy and for an indefinite period, destroying businesses, and he said that it's going to affect honest and hard-working people the most. And then he proceeded to claim that he hadn't been given enough time, and basically all he was doing was shouting down the social distancing and the isolation thing, even though, as we said before, it's obviously proven to be reducing hospital admissions and playing a big part in stopping the spread of an outbreak. So I mean, the overwhelming data is that it's working, and this guy was sort of shouting it down and saying, nah mate, it wasn't, and the economy's knackered. So, you know,
I know it's kind of like the same ethos that not to get too political, but I think that one of the things that reasons America had like quite a bad or like quite a high rate was because they kind of had that ethos of like, oh, we don't want to damage the economy, but it gets to a point where it's like, what's more important, the person's life or the economy? So it's like, it's
so rather than contributing anything properly, he was just sort of having a go at the measures rather than, you know, trying to explain his point. So yeah, personal idiot. The video's on there. Some of you guys have probably seen it.
50 seconds long.
Yeah, we've also got. I picked this one out because I've seen it sort of unfold on Twitter, and I couldn't really believe what I was seeing. So Ant Middleton, if anyone watches the, I think it's SAS Who Dares Win.
Yeah.
He took a complete U-turn on his stance on it. He basically posted a TikTok. This seems to be where most of the problems are coming from. This TikTok, like,
I'm not a fan.
Maybe if we just delete the whole thing off the internet and wipe the servers, they'll be all right.
I think honestly, like, if you delete TikTok off the planet, I don't think anything bad would happen.
Honestly, just pick TikTok
delete
up,
that app,
tip it upside down onto the moon or into the sun or whatever, and just there you go. We'll get rid of it. We do not need it.
I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to go out.
I will go on record and say that TikTok is a plague. Anyway, this guy, quite a notable guy to be honest, portrays himself as, you know, a hard man. I have no doubt he is probably quite hard in real life. Probably knocked me out. But you know, he basically did a piece to camera saying sorry, but before that, he was sort of saying that he wasn't going to change.
So shut up, man.
Hey, here he is, man. Keep it down, man. Try to do a stream in here. He said that he wasn't going to change his behaviour and that he was just going to continue hugging his fans and shaking hands and going to airports and getting on flights. And basically about 10 minutes later deleted it all. Did a really self-righteous sort of apology to camera. So again, similar to Jack Grealish, sort of, why did you even do it in the first place? What were you thinking?
I know.
So he's one of my nominations. And the last one, and possibly my favourite story just because of how stupid it is.
It's so crazy. This one is crazy.
Where we at? So this is in America, so, you know, brace yourself because they always go bigger and better over the pond. So a woman who coughed on $35,000 worth of grocery store food charged with multiple felonies. so she went to the shop and coughed all over a bunch of stock that they now cannot sell. And apparently she said it was a prank.
My favourite thing about this is the charges that they're getting her for. It's like biological warfare, act of terrorism.
Well, I mean, if it stops people doing it, then fair enough. So she's charged
she needs to be punished for that.
She should be punished for
terrorism. Right?
And one felony count of use of a biological agent.
Use of a biological agent.
So yeah, stuff that you'd get like war crimes. That's like a war crime.
I know.
So I don't think they'll stick, to be fair, but I think she'll be getting fined and probably some jail time maybe.
I mean, yeah. Anyone who's stupid enough to do that deserves to be punished.
Yeah,
Right?
so that's it. I mean, vote in the straw poll, and I think we've ran far enough over. We're not an hour and a half at the minute. Easy for me to say. So I think we'll cut that one there, and we've got the poll down below. We can possibly pop the links in the description and all.
Yeah, so both the links should be in the description, guys. If you just go in the description in the video, there should be the survey, and then there's the Idiot of the Week underneath it, and they're both in the chat there as well. So once again, you've got the straw poll, which is just who you think the Idiot of the Week is, and then the Survey Monkey survey is to kind of
please
quick
take a couple of minutes with that and just fill that in. Let us know what you thought, if it was bad, if it was good, if you had a good time, if you cried, if you laughed.
So even if you don't have I know that if you want to interact with the chat, you might have to have a YouTube account, but you don't need that for the survey monkey link. You can click on it and then
or the straw poll, which is the most important bit, to be honest. Daniel says it's not important. We need to know who the Idiot of the Week is, because we're going to start. We'll give out awards and everything. But if you have anything I've put your questions answered on now. If you have anything that you want us to cover, or you had a question, or you want to send something in for us to talk about, you can do. So that'll be sound. Let us know. Get in touch. Stay safe. Stay savvy. More. God bless. Godspeed. Peace out.
You've got mine and Haytham's email. Obviously, it's just daniel@mediasavvycic.co.uk and Haytham at mediasavvycic.co.uk. I can put that in the chat. And if you want to kind of, because we're going to continue this, and if you want to send anything in, or you think, this will be a good item for uplifted news or whatever, just let us know. So
let us know. Once again, let us know. Cool. Yeah. Right, we're gonna not take up any more of your time because it's been an hour and a half.
Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming for the stream.
Yeah. Cool. Ta-da!
Bye now.